process with our search. We started out with 60 to 70 individuals out of 5 who were the position of CEO, and we got it down all the way down to 3 that actually came on campus. And we ended up with 2 of them because they were so phenomenal. So yeah, thank you for being a part of that process. I know it's been long. It started in October, and so just
sure, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. It was last second. We're really super pumped about this announcement. You know, from day one, we wanted to bring world-class educators. You guys took a chance on the school, and we're doing some amazing things with 50 young men that have all got to college. And so we're thankful for you guys. And so this time, I'll introduce our new VP of schools. His name is Chad Everett. He's going to kind of give you a little background about this story. Here we go. Welcome, Chad.
Good morning. Thank y'all. I'm sorry the power is working out right now. My twice a year science convention. Grateful for the opportunity to be here. A little bit about me. I started my career here in Mississippi. Worked for the Southern County Schools. My first got that over there. Everybody says everybody's a job that I had. So I started off working in the technology department, the curriculum department of computer services. Always wanted to be able to guide and direct teachers, faculty, staff, and also the other sports solution that next season. Up in middle school teacher, I was a leadership coach and assistant principal in Mississippi, across the state line about 4 years ago. Did work in the charter world to really look back. I currently serve as chief operations officer of the community school, some middle school in the city limits. My most recent stop before that was the principal of the building where we went from the T-Loss 1 to T-Loss 5 F2C in 2 years. All of that's all over good. I think today we're going to show on those who we entrusted our most precious product. What's the work that can be doing? Every time that I say government is one thing I want to do, so everybody I say this, I'm going to do all the things. That which I say on the same time is much as we always keep on saying in our leadership to the truth as much as we can protect everybody else. But our goal is to make sure every single student comes to the preparatory school. It's everything they need is to pray for the world beyond. And that if any moment we get any member of this team, we will stop right what we are going to do. Be running my resume, be talking all day long about what it is, it's that we're in service. To do the work, and it's work that is not unusual work, but I can make it work with our community, with the city, those children have every single opportunity that they deserve in life. That's what I'm asking you. I had in my family, one of my grandparents got passed away. Even when my parents went to college, I was one of the first men in my family to have the opportunity to go to college. It means an awful lot to me to sit outside. And I never want to take that away. We can't live it more on this county. This is the whole county. It is never bothered me, and I'm glad that's happening. Because that which I say that I'm committed to, I'm saying it. If it leaves my mouth in front of the camera, behind the camera, who I am is who I am. 24 hours a day, I tell people from Mississippi, I'm as country as they come. But the one thing you should trust in, my father was a Marine, he said, son, because I mean, now, you best be able to stand on. And if you get it wrong, you stand in front of folks and you say, hey, this is something that will happen in this business. We got right to do. Here is a leader, what I always say, you won't like anything leave my mouth. Every other I supervise, I don't like anything leave my mouth. I pride myself in being kind of leader, become straight down the middle. So I said, when I was every decision, somebody might be happy to leave work. But the one thing folks don't like say, he's fair. He's going to tell you what it is. He's going to do it with professionalism and respect. And he's going to stand on what he said. But that's what he is. That's what I've been. That's my track record shows. That's what I'm committed to be prepared. I don't have a long piece of speech to be honest with you. Say thank you. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for entrusting us with your most precious gift that you have at all. Real baby, whether it be niece, nephew, his son, nephew, grandson, whatever the case may be. Thank you for trusting us with this and awesome.
This time, I want you guys to, maybe you may know Troy, but he's a visionary leader. He has a lot of Chattanooga roots. He was in Raleigh for 2 decades. He's been in Atlanta and Toronto Academy, which is one of the most prestigious schools in America. So we did this national search, and it was really clear to the search committee that Troy was going to be the next CEO of public schools. So welcome, Troy Kennel.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. And I know for every person who's here, there are probably dozens and not hundreds of people who wish they could be here. I know my mom could have made it to this room on this day because she was trying to put food on the table when I was a kid. So I don't judge people because they're not present. I understand the story. But I'm going to tell you quickly to frame up what I'm about to share. By the way, this is year 34 in education. I know a lot of people look at me and go, "Brother, you don't look at them." I tell them I learned how to have, first of all, I'm the black victory buttons. If you haven't seen that movie, you need to watch it. You can reverse time by having more success and less stress. That's what we're trying to do for these boys. I remember when I was teaching math, when I first came to college, I'll never forget it. I went in that classroom, I was teaching algebra. And I walked in the room, there were 15 boys, and 2 of them were crying. Crying, first day of school, I didn't even give them homework. And I said, the first thing I got to do is this. I can't teach people who have kids in their lives, but also have 13 other kids that's trying to get ready to learn right now. So I gave them all the index card. And I said, write your name, write your hometown, because it's a boarding school, and write one thing about you, one word to describe you. And I need y'all to trade those cards with each other and know each other. And then meanwhile, back in the ranch, I took the first young man out. He cried. 13, 14 years old, crying. I took him out in the hall. And I said, "Why are you crying, buddy?" He said, "Because I'm terrible at math. My mom's bad at math, my daddy's bad at math, my mom, my uncle, ain't nobody in my family good at math, and I think I'm allergic to algebra." I said, "Man, let me ask you a question." I said, "You as tall as you gonna be?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "You ever gonna change?" He said, "Maybe." His voice got different. And I said, "Well, guess what? You live here on campus, I live here on campus. We have study hall every night from 7:30 to 9:30. You can bring your friends. You can come to our apartment. We have a special room over there where we're going to work on that. A whiteboard they send to lunch. We're going to keep working until we get it right. Is that all right with you?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "See, you didn't realize you didn't get extra help at night." He said, "No, sir. I didn't realize I could get cinnamon buns. All he cared about was the food." But he said, "That you did." The reason why I share that story is this. The greatest thing I know about math is addition by subtraction. Every one of us walks in this room with a story. As soon as I write the story, that's the task. One thing I learned about kids walking to the math classroom is they had to score still live up to the last game they played. They think they're going to be bad at math now because they were bad at math yesterday. They were bad at math last year. It was almost like they've been in a bad relationship with math. Every next person was going to treat them the same way. I share that with you because it's not just what you're capable of, but the biggest prison in the world is not made out of iron bars or concrete. It's made out of disbelief. People walk in the door not believing that they can be great. You got the winners walking out there saying all the things that this school has done or things that we're raising them. That's happening. But that's yesterday's news. I just got here. This means there's an opportunity. We just got here to move this thing forward. That scoreboard starts at 0 and it goes to whatever. But it starts at 0. The people who keep playing, they look at the number up top and say, "It's their time on the top to keep playing." That's why I asked that young man, "Is he too grown?" If you think you're too grown and your kids as good as they ever grown to be, it's not about that. But if they got more potential, I spend my next words with boys. Because 85% of discipline problems are boys. Most schools, you incarcerate youth, mostly male. 42% of the males that's locked up are black men. That's
got parents that don't believe in it, teachers don't believe in it, they don't believe in themselves. They look in the mirror and see something different. We have to teach them how to look in the mirror and see something more. When you say be more, achieve more, that's what you do when you walk across this, when you walk on this floor. It's not a game, this is intentional. You raise young men by being intentional. It's not just math, it's science, it's the curriculum of brotherhood and accountability and service. I came here, I had a great job in that. I was living my best life. But I still have time on the clock to do more myself. You can't ask them to do more if you ain't going to do it. You can't ask them to be resilient if you're not going to do it. You can't ask them to put it together if you're not going to do it. So you know what I said, what I learned? In my lifetime, a lot of my cousins, sisters, brothers who had trauma, locked up, some of them not even going to work anymore because the odds get raised every day. Somehow I stay proud. And I say proud because of educators. He said, we got one right here. We're going to put everything we got behind this one right here. And he's going to rise no matter what. I couldn't fail if I wanted to. So what do you do for somebody invested into your network? It's something called return on investment. I'm here because God let me keep walking when the world and the wind and the dollars said stop. I got to reset the clock of myself and the young boys. And then I the journey will continue even beyond high school. So the folks who work on graduation, that's just the dots in your eyes. Once you cross that stage, they don't need the wrong man. That's the most dangerous time is when they graduate. Because they lose the structure, they lose their accountability, they lose the mentors. Now, it's not this place. We talked about last night before. What are we going to do after they cross the stage? Family don't stop being family as soon as you grow a mustache. This is bigger than just the things that the paper can write about. Everybody's got a story and you can't Google it because you ain't telling about it. And there's a reason. We're going to make this the safest place to be a young man and the place that they want to be, not where they have to be. They're going to wake you up in the morning if you get it right and say, I got to get to school. I don't want to be late. If you want that, then you ride with us. If you don't, there's plenty of options. Everybody has time for the show, but everybody doesn't have the culture you need. So I'm here to make sure. I left that job and people were like, are we going to be around next year? Are you going to be shut down? I've had people say, you're not going to win this game and you want a championship. All right? Somebody going to tell you that you can't do it. And you know what I say to them? I love you too. We're going to move. Whoever's in the vehicle is going to move. And what I don't want is anybody to have any regret. They said, I jumped off the train too early. Because this was going farther than you've ever seen. Because I've been fortunate enough to see how life allows me to go from the outhouse to the penthouse. I don't mind getting blood on my hands. I don't mind wiping tears from my eyes or somebody else's. Because what I told the board last night, and I'll end with this. You can't make steel without fire. You can't make a diamond without pressure. You can't even write a good love song without having a heartbreak. Struggle is necessary to be successful because it makes you resilient. And for the kids that are predominantly populate this school, you have to be resilient because you do not know the opportunities necessary. People out there in this world trying to make it hard. Why should we make it hard for ourselves? Thank you. Don't have questions. We cut straight. I will put that in. Anybody have questions? Good morning. Say that, testify.
My main concern is where are we? How close are we to finding, but to getting answers about AP courses and grades that are surrounding it?
How close are we about the AP courses and the credits? Now, I have to have an expert right next to me who's really good at all. He can do taxes.
He does not do taxes, but he does try to sign me up for my lot. Great work the team's been doing with Hamilton County Schools, great for their partnership. As we get up to speed, we have another meeting tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I don't want to speak too soon, hopeful for the things that we've seen so far. In that partnership, and by the end of this week, I'll be able to announce to you some very good news for you, your young men, and the next steps forward. But again, as we come up to speed with the partnership, we're going to be tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That'll allow us the next step of the process will be put together everything Hamilton County requested. And provide people that tomorrow will go forward with the next steps in the process.
Here's another thing. Just because you don't hear something doesn't mean it's not working. Because you have to be very careful what you say and what you don't say. Because remember what the police say, anything you say will be held against you as court law. In this business, you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. You want to make sure you get the information and you're accurate. So when you don't receive communication, it doesn't mean people don't care about you, people don't want to share things with you. But timing is everything. And if you know football, it's like a pass.
You can throw a pass, you can be the greatest quarterback of all time. You throw that pass at the wrong time,
Ball's gonna be on the ground.
you throw that at the wrong time.
Again, somebody's gonna intercept to take that away. Timing is just as important as the information that we share. And so having the transparency, but also making sure the timing is right. And we appreciate your patience on that. But we're working with the Hamilton County's Board of Education to ensure we appreciate it. Okay, we're taking our time to get this right for you. I will say the other thing is this. My mama taught me how to clean the house real good. I mean, bleaching off, we clean that thing out. One of the things that we're doing, when you're new, you come in with fresh eyes. And they've been doing really good work to make sure we're sure. Think about it like this. 9/11 was one of the worst things that ever happened in American history. But flying became safer as a result. Your boy's education will be safer as a result of this pain and these challenges that the school is facing. I can't rock without accountability. I check my oil and I got an electric car. You need to check oil in an electric car. Because I'm used to making sure I'm checking. We're not signing on. We're too polished jumping in the plane. Somebody says, where are we going? Or can we fly? I'm not getting in there if I'm not sure. So just understand that we have confidence in terms of the people who are serving your young men, the work that they've done, but we focus on the future, y'all. We focus on the future. That windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason. Right? Other questions? Come on now, you gotta talk now. You got a meeting after the meeting, it wasn't a good meeting.
So there's been a lot of turnover with the teachers since my grandson's been here, like during the school year, and it's been frustrating for him because his teachers keep changing. What plan, or is there a plan implemented to keep that from happening so there's more consistency in the classroom?
So the question was, the statement was there's been a lot of turnover with teachers, and your grandson has been here. He's seen a lot of turnover. And I can tell you this, first of all, on the national level, there's a teacher shortage and a teacher crisis. And the truth of the matter is, you want to try to keep the ones you have, especially the ones who are really doing great work. Sometimes teachers leave because there's an offer on the table somewhere else that you may not be able to do much about. But the other side is culture. People do better in places they want to be, including the teachers. I'm at the Rock Academy where we don't even wear watches anymore because we work all the time. It's that true. And honestly, we're exhausted. But our goal is to be tired and proud every day. And to make sure that we treat each other with respect and like family. And part of when you change leadership, it's like opening the window of the house. I don't know about you. You go to a restaurant, you got your coffee just right, tastes good, somebody puts some more in there. I got stuff. We try to get this thing just right. We try to keep it at a certain level. What part of keeping retaining teachers is to listen, communicate, support, develop, right? And create a structure where they can communicate two-way. We had a meeting with the teachers yesterday. We had a great time. It really was just responded. We didn't have to do it, but we wanted to do it. And I think it's better to be proactive than reactive. And when teachers leave, it's because people are too reactive. Great ball players play for their toes. Bad ones play for their heels. The school's been pushed back on their heels. I don't know how to do anything other than play for my toes. That's one of the things that we're paying attention to. And in great schools, they stay more important. They recruit others. Folks, I can tell you this. There's some people who used to be here who are knocking at the door trying to come back right now for a reason.
Our goal is to hire the best, build the strongest. Or you want to hire the top talent that's out there working for some of the things that the board has put in place where we can attract and recruit top talent wherever they are to come here to work in this building. To the choice one, you create a culture and environment that people want to work in. You know, the first 3 years of life script, so it's the first 3 years of a teacher's teaching career. So one of the things that our leadership income leadership team talk about, like Eric is, what is the like person in the first 3 or first 5 programs, folks, as they come to the classroom to make sure they're equipped with both the skills and the practical resources they need to serve kids in today's world. One of the things I tell people is I said the effects of COVID are long lasting. COVID doesn't just live in the body. It forever shifted the way that we teach and reach young people in classrooms. It's ensured we provide professional development that equips teachers where they are not burned out, but they know how to serve those in front of them and serve them with a sense of joy. For us, we talk learning each and every day. We will see the results of that classroom. People stay.
I will say one other thing about retention. Research shows that people are more likely to stay in their job when they feel like they belong. When they feel like they're contributing, they have a sense of purpose. This is an all-boys school, y'all. There's only one other one in town that is different. That song, They Not Like Us, is real here. That's the part that your faculty have to feel too. It's not just kids. Sometimes people are so focused on the kids, they skip over the people who take care of the people. Right? Parents need love too. Folks, I'm gonna tell you, just get ready. The parent side, the engagement side, I've seen it at the highest level. And that's something that I'm excited about. Because there's some really cool things that I've been a part of at Growing Up Academy, and I've seen the schools around the country. Because I see schools all the time now that could really benefit us and create kind of energy. I know this. I know at the basketball game it feels different. Why is everybody showing up at the basketball game? But when it's a meeting like this, if you're at a basketball game right now, this guy gonna be back. Am I making that up? Somebody like, I'm gonna take all the work. Somebody gotta watch the kids. Somebody watch the dog. But I'm coming today because of what they want to see and what they believe and what they feel. Why can't it be like that about some other things? So I already have in the back of my mind some things that we can do to make sure great schools are not just for kids, they're for families. And to make sure that everybody's wrong. I will tell you this. This school should elevate schools and education for boys in the city, not just on this campus. There's only a certain size world. So we're going to share some things with you to share with other people who are not even in this room. Something to talk about in a positive way. People always talk, hey, let me get something positive to talk about, like the pancakes I had this morning. They were amazing. And we were asking why? Because I was ecstatic about it, not just satisfied. We want you to be ecstatic about your boys' experience. Right? We want you to leave here. No, I know we wasn't coming back, but I need you to come with me. I'm here. He's here. We're here. We're not going anywhere. They can try to run us off. But I've been evicted from my house before. I just built a bed. Real talk. I love questions.
Oh, yeah, let's go with you first. Yeah.
I want to go back to my son, Junior.
Junior.
I got tears in my eyes as I talk, because I never thought in 43 years I'd be dealing with stuff like this. My son been here since 6th grade. I am a sports mom, but academics first. My child is bright, smart, everything above. So what I'm trying to see is he's a junior before I take the next step. I love Chattanooga. I'm not trying to leave, but I just want a clear understanding how long will it take to know. My son's still in the class right now. I'm not 100% sure if this teacher is licensed to teach. He's an AP student, nothing but AP classes. I would hate for my son to have to go to summer school, anything. I mean, anything like that. You see what I'm saying? Because he have a lot going on, and it's a push him like that. So I'm going to school when I need this meeting because I need It's questions that I need to ask that I will answer to today. Like I need to know what to pull my son from his class today to make sure that he's okay. What do I need to do? The only type of answers that I need to know today. I can't be waiting till tomorrow. School will be out in 2 months. We got 60 days, probably less than that.
Okay, this man right here, this is what he does. I'm not putting you on the spot, I'm not putting you on the spot.
You all, this is what I came for. Nothing easy of the children.
First off, I know y'all ain't got all the answers. I know y'all don't. Y'all do not. I understand that. That's why I really don't want to. You see what I'm saying? I know y'all don't know. Y'all don't know the answer, and the people who could help me probably not even hear of it.
No, we signed, here's the thing I said. We signed up to serve.
That's right.
There's a difference between all responsibility. There are things that will never be our fault. But the same that we chose to believe, there are things that became our responsibility. And what we believe in is taking accountability for that which is our responsibility. So here's what I can tell you, that I started yesterday and sat down and began to work with that spreadsheet with the team that started working on the spreadsheet. That has not just the seniors, the students in other classes, but we ensure that we don't give everyone concrete answers. I promise you I'm not holding back on you again. The school side of the business, why did you tell me this microphone? As soon as I have the final answer, I promise you I'm standing for every last one of you give me an answer. And not all who sit and talk about your student. Not that you don't care about all the boys, but I know your student is the one that you hear. Here's what I would commit to doing even today when we go to our next meeting. As we travel there, more of the spreadsheet, and start working to make sure one more time again that we are triple checking every single thing, so that when we give you the final response, it's their response. That's what we believe. It's truth in what comes out of our mouth. And like I said, I appreciate you saying that. We're not saying that y'all ain't all the answers, but here's what we're committed to. It might not be our fault, but it's our responsibility. We're going to do everything in our power, working tirelessly. That's the reason I sound like this right now. To ensure that every single prep public schools parent knows the answer for their student. And so I know I can do this at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, everybody next week in Hamilton County Schools. As soon as we have follow-up, we can stand in front of you, we will. I promise you, one thing the team is committed to, the team that has been here, we're not holding back on. And I know you're going to leave go, then I'll meet you in the front office if we need to. And you can sit eye to eye with me and hold me accountable for what comes out of my mouth. Everything possible, Susan.
So mine is not so much as a question, but my concern, I understand wholeheartedly. It's a process, you gotta work through it. I've been telling my son it's a marathon since he started school. And the rainbow is in the end. But my ultimate concern as a parent and as an educator is these kids. Yes, by all means, hold every adult accountable. We pay tax dollars, we have people in positions that are supposed to be advocating for these kids, and there was a glitch in the system. Yes, get that fixed. But in the meantime, we cannot keep neglecting these scholars. These kids are hurting mentally, physically. They are confused. They don't know what to expect. We have a senior class that has fallen through all types of adversity over the years, and I know because I've been right there with them, campaigning and cheering them on and motivating. But when are we going to get to consoling these kids, getting these kids back to where their mental needs to be within 2 months so that they can actually enjoy what they worked hard for? Because if we keep waiting and prolonging this situation, these kids are missing out on their senior year, and it's breaking my heart.
We talked about again the process. Like yesterday, they want for us, but prior to that, we set our interview process in front of young men and things to be shared. This morning, when we went to the gym at 7:45, beginning the process of engagement, there was a young man last night. He said, one of the things we try to do is you come in is don't try to fake that whole relationship stuff. He said, build some trust. He says, get to know us. As soon as we leave this room, unless I'm in the front office. We meet in the front office. Walking the hallway, try to engage with these young men. You can't fake trust, and you can't rush trust. So when you talk about kids solving, their work is already been done. You have trusted adults who can engage with you in a way that you can. Kids are best judges of character that they ever could be. Our goal is to be along with the second that we leave this room and every day and every minute that we can. To ensure that we're answering their questions. To ensure that they know that we love and care about them. And to ensure that they have an experience that's quality of what they deserve. So we're like, what are we going to get to business of consulting and listen to them? I'd also say, the team who's been here, I'm going to shout out to Mike and her time. Walking the hallways with those young men, answering their questions, looking them in the eyes, caring for them. What we're committed to is build on what we've already started through the writing process and the feedback and things that they've already given for this is what we want preparatory public schools to be. And how y'all will walk among us and build trust and show us that we trust you enough to guide us through the remainder of our senior experience. And that's sitting eye to eye the same throughout. And the second that we leave this room, that work continues. I'm not even packed out of my current place of living. Already said, give me that back. Because we know how critical this time is. Troy back up and said, hey, I'm getting there as soon as I can. I'm driving there right now. We know how urgent the situation is for every one of you. And as we transition, as we come in to do this work, it's to be here every single minute and moment that we can. And that work has already started. That's not something that's going to be started yesterday.
I think that what you're sharing is probably what everybody's feeling, and perception is reality, right? This is how you feel no matter what we say. I still feel a certain way. And honestly, when it comes to boys, they tend to mask how they feel, but you know they are going to tell somebody that when they feel safe enough to do that. You know, when we walk in the room, they have to try to size us up and say, what you got first when they want to share something. I ain't ready for you to, I'm not gonna give you something that you're gonna take from me and use some kind of way. I gotta see if you're ready. And with boys, you gotta get shoulder to shoulder. You gotta sit on the same side of the seat as they are in order to help them understand. But one thing I will tell you, and this is very important, I'm in this business for people. I know that we have to get everything aligned in terms of the bricks, you know, the certifications, the curriculum, all those things. But what holds the building together is the mortar, not just the bricks. And what you're talking about is how people feel. If they're excited, look, most kids do better in classes where they like the teacher. Why? Because they look forward to it. It's the friction that's created when you don't like something and you have that. So I certainly thank you for your question or your statement, because we have to make sure that they feel a certain type of way and that we're listening. And that's why the first 100 days of this transition of years really listen. And this moment in this meeting can't be something just happening when something's wrong. It's got to be a part of a normal. It's got to be normal to be a part of this. Because you know you walk, what didn't happen now? It's like the person the only time they talk to you is when your child does something wrong. That's a wrap. You don't want to see it wrong. Only time you see the police is when they're trying to give you a ticket to learn somebody else. You don't want to see it. I get that. That's not how we meet. That's not how we were chosen. We were chosen because we want to sit down with you. We want to hear that. Because emotions create blind spots. We might miss something. Great ideas come from everywhere. Your title, your position, your number in line does not determine your ability to lead. It doesn't. And because I came from a very humble beginning where I didn't have a choice. I didn't have it. All I did was listen. You are my mama. You are my dad. You went around, but you got elected. People, my grandmother, people, my aunt, people who took care of me had the same questions about my education. I will tell you this. Students who transfer, no matter what the circumstances are, culture doesn't transfer to kids. The goal is to have a culture that no matter what you choose to do, you can't take this with you. Our commitment, our responsibility, we want to make sure you're sure. As quickly as possible, we get that way. And that's why we're pushing. You ain't the only ones pushing. We're asking the hardest questions. And we like, does this pen work before I sign? Somebody better tell me something.
But we're a partnership. We don't get to determine all the things because we have to partner with the districts and so forth. So that's the piece. But what we are doing is auditing on the inside and making sure the certifications and the plans in place to make sure that the courses that your child is taking are valid. And if they're not for some reason, what needs to be done and be clear with you and own it. We got to own it. And we're going to own it. That's the only way. Because it's not just about you, it's about the generations. Yes, it's about the kids who are seniors, but you got ones in the 6th grade. Mamas and daddies scratching their heads too. You got the whole city that wants to doubt us in some way. It's okay. It's okay. Setback is an opportunity for a comeback. That's not my choice. That's the only thing I know. And I ain't scared of losing trying to win. What we're not going to do is lose these boys trying to get something else. They're too important. They are our brothers.
And when I speak, I mean, as far as the whole, it just went on.
Yeah, I know you're talking.
My son, because all know my nephew.
That's right.
And look,
That's right. That's right.
I mean, everything. So I don't want anybody to feel like I'm just talking about him. I'm
You
talking
are
about
representing people who may not speak up in the room, and we thank you.
I got a lot of friends and family that's not here, like I say, so
That's right.
like when I said this week, my niece and my son, but it's chat prep versus everybody.
That's right.
For one.
Hey, you know what? That's how it feels, right? It is unfortunate that it feels like that. But it sounds like sometimes we have to wake up and want to find somebody to hate,
Yeah.
so they can love themselves.
I'm just ready for it to be over so it can leave us alone and let us do what we've been doing.
And I
Continue
want
to
the
be great.
media and the community to understand that these are kids that we're dealing with. These are kids that you are addressing. These are kids that are watching the meltdowns that y'all are displaying all over the world, Miss Latrice. These are kids and they are passionate about what they believe in and they fought to establish this school.
Here's what I have to share, and I told the boys this morning. There's a difference between sight and vision. Sight is what you can see. Sight can make you emotional. When people actually have a vision, you oftentimes have to close your eyes. Vision is about what you believe. Vision is about a destination that might be around the corner that you can't see. Vision is about trust. The biggest gap we have right now is a trust gap. There's some people that were irresponsible, there's no doubt, and we're gonna fix that. We ain't having that. This house will be clean. And our goal is to get the best we've ever seen to replace it. We got to upgrade y'all. We didn't come here to be the same, we are here to try to protect the integrity of the school more important than your orders. And the ones that come after. There's no tomorrow, there's no today right now. And we're thankful, that's all we wanted to speak with you. Because it's not regular, this is real, it's not like you now. I'm in it with y'all. He's in it with y'all. We're in it with y'all. And again, because we can't share every detail as soon as we can this time, because you deserve it. You deserve it. Any other question about how long we go? Yes, ma'am.
I have a question about, are there any programs that would be in place? Because, like for my son, I feel like he's, like you said, retaining teachers. He didn't have a math teacher for a while. I want to make sure he's going into the 11th grade. I want to make sure he has been equipped with everything that he needs to make sure he does well on the ACT, to make sure, that he thrives. But are there any programs in place for that time that they spend without teachers, like extended day programs or some type of program for the summer, something to make sure that we make sure these kids are getting what they need, or if something was missed, that they can come to those programs to make sure, instead of us having to go out and find tutors or pay for things when we sent them to school to learn.
Everybody here that said programs in place, so kids didn't miss anything. I can close the gap, right?
Well, can I elaborate on that? Like, my grandson, because of the teacher transition, has had work lost, misplaced, not graded, not included in his grades, and it's affecting his GPA. And we don't really know how to rectify that, because there's things that he did that he never got credit for, and it's impacting his grades.
Two things, I'm sorry, and they come down here. Scope of the situation, right? When we think about coming in and a full understanding of what's going to set things right across the board. That's our goal. So will there be programming options? Absolutely. Do we want to make sure though before we put things in place, we're not just doing something and say like, here's something we're giving them and say that we did. But that it's truly going to be meaningful for the true scope of the situation. So it's not just been looking at the scope of the building as a whole and what's there, what's going to equip those students to ensure that whatever their plans are after graduation, or even for the next year's sequence, that they have what they need to be able to perform well as we continue to move forward. So yes, man, absolutely. It's not that I'm not trying to be definitive. This is what the program is. This is what it looks like. Can I tell you that I've come across my career and run various options for after-school program or extended school day if that's the parents are there, and also some summer enrichment, summer boosts if that's what we need to do. Absolutely, and we're committed to, on our side, ensuring that we bear the brunt of the load of ensuring those resources are provided by us too. Not anything you have to go find on your own. We have the expertise, not that you don't educate children, we have the expertise and the responsibility to make sure that if we took that charge of accepting your student, that we're equipping them for not just beyond graduation, but the next year in sequence. In terms of what you shared about classrooms and substitutes and what it was and was not done. Every single story you tell, everything that you can share, now here's one thing, if you can't already tell about me that I can say and show in our career, all I'm looking to and provide a solution that is applicable for this student in that situation. So I don't want to speak to just your student situation, but across the board, one of the things that we will look at is where teacher vacancies exist. We talk core classes, we talk course ELCs, and ensure that every single student, for whatever it is that they want to do in life, but also what's fair, no matter what. If we know that every student in this building is going to take the ACT, are we equipping them to do that? If we know that every single student thinking about calculating GPA for college, was every assignment that we give was calculating to their work, what is fair and equitable for that student, what is fair and equitable for everyone. Again, as we come to this, our goal is to ensure that, as Troy said, we ensure that the house is clean and people understand that we wash baseboards, walls, and when we go outside and check the unit. I grew up in Mississippi, so when I say wash baseboards, those of you who not, I know you know what I'm talking about. We want to make sure we have a full understanding so that as we do this, as we continue this work forward, we ensure that the things, the foundation that we lay is something that will never shift, will never change, that is equitable, not just for students this year, but for scholars for every year.
So this is the piece that, and again, he's been running schools and transforming schools, all the confidence in the world. I will share this. One of the things that protects this from happening in the future, we have to rectify and make sure we make it right, whatever that was. But in order to move forward, the challenge, one of the challenges that schools have is that they rely too much on people and not on systems. When you create systems, your car says, change the oil at 10,000 miles. It doesn't matter if the tailpipe's smoking or not, you still change it. There's certain things you do at a certain frequency because that's what's done. Like evaluating teachers, giving them feedback, all those things, a standard of accountability. See, excellence is not accidental, it's intentional, and you can't be partially excellent. You don't partially land the plane. You land it or you don't. I have feelings like everybody else, but what I've done to be able to get to a point in my life, especially in leadership, is you gotta know when to be compassionate and when to be indifferent. When your child's education is in danger, that's a grown person with a job right there. You can work somewhere else. That's just what it is. I told them when I wrote my statement, you gotta be able to be coached up or you're coached out. This ain't that. Whatever it was, is what it was. This is not where we're going. Because I can't be here if we're going to settle for that. He won't be here if we're going to settle for that. We won't be here if we settle for that. We probably adapted to some things just trying to survive, but this ain't about surviving, this is about thriving. And you don't think that way. You don't just think, do. I made do when I was 12, trying to figure out what to eat. You don't have to think about that when your child's in this building. The meal we're serving academically has got to be rich with everything that we promised you, including the person in the front of the room. We're working with the board to make sure we can attract the best. You can't get the kind of people that we're looking for everywhere, because this ain't for everybody. But what we're going to make sure is when you walk through this door, it's in your heart, not just in your head.
And if this ain't a line, this ain't a sign. Very simple. And we want to look at every single person who's in the building and so forth, and they got to basically figure out, is this what you really want to do? Because if it's not, we got to figure it out now. That's why we're here right now. I got a job in Atlanta that don't end until July 31st when my work started today. I got 2 jobs. I've done that before. Because it's necessary. Your kids matter that much. We both are here. We got to be in 2 cities at the same time, but that's all right. Because your kids are worth that, y'all. And we're doing the best we can, and we're thankful for the work that's been done before. But this is where, when you go to church, I ain't never seen the Lord before. But I still believe. I don't know if I'm going to have time, but I keep walking. And especially if somebody's in front of me that I believe in. These people and the rest of the board believe in us for a reason, because we got receipts for the work we're doing. We just, I talk a lot, but I got receipts for everything I say. He's got receipts for everything he says. We have built our lives and our careers around this work that you talk about. We don't matter. We remember have a room or a mop or whatever, and I cut grass with scissors if I have to make sure we do it. Because I've done it before. But now we're in the C-suite where we get to set. You couldn't touch the thermostat when you were a kid, when you're a parent, and set it on what you want. We can put our hands on the thermostat, the culture that protects. We can decide what room temperature is for these kids. It might be too hot for some people. It might be cold for some other folks. But as long as it's just right for these boys, we do. Other questions? Y'all got me fired up now.
I just have, my son is in 11th grade as well, he's in 6th grade. I bought into Chattanooga because of how I was made to feel when the board and members of staff came into my house and sat down with my husband and I and brought us into this place. And I've been a fan, pushing, encouraging parents to sign their kids up for this school because I think it's a great place. My son has developed and grown over the years, and I'm grateful for it. Has it always been peachy? No, but when there was an issue, it had been addressed and things. Our experience has been great. I'm not throwing in the towel. This does feel like a bad place in a relationship, and I'm hoping that we can fix that and make it feel like home and family again. But my concern, I feel great about what's being said this morning. The first meeting, honestly, I couldn't buy into the enthusiasm of this being honest. I feel better about what's being presented today, but I'm still concerned about April 17th. Can somebody tell me what we as parents are supposed to do when the powers that be are going to be voting should this school be open or not? What can we do? How can we make our voices known and our support shown?
Yeah, so we can have another meeting.
I'll talk about it.
To just talk to you one-on-one, but one of the things you want to make sure is that as parents, I told the kids, even the staff, this is important no matter what game you're in. They have to continue to do their best wherever their area is. We have to make sure we take care of them mentally. The teachers continue to teach to the top. Don't teach to the middle, don't teach to the top, and make sure you encourage and use creative and support the kids who are trailing. You got to teach to the top, they deserve that. But in terms of parents, I think the main thing is keep communicating with the school and make sure you're aware of any information that comes back out there your way. But we're going to, as soon as we know something, defend it. Now there's April 17th, but then there's days before we have to submit things. We've already submitted things. And so we have to work with the partnership to see what the next move is. And again, we go back and forth with that. But as soon as we know, you'll know. Because I can only imagine being a parent, sitting there trying to figure out what do we do next. But I can guarantee you this, no matter what happens, if everything goes perfectly, we got you. If it doesn't go perfectly, we got you. Because every day there's a moment after any moment. And just when you find out who you roll with, who you ride with. How do we make sure if for some reason those kids don't have the credits or whatever they need, what are we going to do to make sure they do? That's the part. So Congress has to rely into the reaction after the action, or we won't be riding this, we're gonna say you're on your own now. That's not the school, that's not Chattanooga. So no matter what's happening, we're preparing for plan A, B, C, and D.
We have to assume it doesn't go well. We have to assume that it goes well. But that's how you prepare. Any good coach knows that. 4-1 gonna come in the game. You're gonna be down by 20 in some game. So what's your game plan when you're down by 20? So we have to assume worst case scenario first, work backwards. But what we are doing is being clean, honest, open, transparent, making sure, one, let me see what's going on. Two, ensure this never gonna happen again. Put the systems in place to make sure that's why your car has a seatbelt and an airbag. We have to operate at that level of scrutiny. You think we side-eye, we're the ones that gotta get side-eye to each other. You be good? We have to check until we're sure. And that's the confidence that we have to make sure you have confidence. It is our responsibility to do that. So again, as soon as that information is available, you will have it. But just know we're thinking about every possible scenario to make sure we know how to move. Because you don't win the war or the battle, you win it before you get there. Any other questions? I know there'll be a question after the question. It's we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Where works for you guys? Stand about.